Hey guys, so Dragon Ball Legends reveals and stuff is dropping tomorrow for Legends Festival this year. Pretty exciting time. But because of that, that pretty much leaves the normal reset time this week to be pretty much nothing. So I figured this would be a good time to make an updated account showcase video. I don't think I've done one of these in almost a full year, I think it's been since I've done one of these. So this will sort of be the Legends Festival 2022 account showcase slash account update video, going over my account, showing what I have, characters, equipment, all the other stats and stuff like that. So we will just start ahead with the characters. I think that's the most, I would say most important, but I think that's I think people care to see the most. So we'll start with this right here. So I have every single character that can be Zenkai Awakened, fully Zenkai Awakened. These are all the characters you can get Zenkai'd. In fact, we could just filter this by Zenkai Awakenable characters, right? Let's go with this. So let me just filter as well by... There's a way to filter by, boost panel. So these are all maxed out. We can go to the character on the bottom of the list, show his soul boosts, and show that he's fully maxed out. So that means everyone on this list is fully soul boosted. This is every available Zenkai character. It's kind of insane how many Zenkais we have in the game. I remember when the first Zenkai came out, well, the first 3 Zenkais all came out at the same time. It was Beerus, the red Goku right here, and the blue Broly right here. So we've come a long way since then, and we certainly still have a long way to go before we have, some of the other characters that I think do deserve to have Zenkais that haven't gotten one yet. So let's undo the filter, and then I guess we could just take a look at the unlocked boost panels for the entire game here. So all the way down to the bottom, this Bulma is the last character that's sorted here. So she is fully soul boosted, which means the whole rest of the character list are fully soul boosted. So every character in the game fully soul boosted. Let's go back, and I like to generally sort my box by power level. The top power level character in my box is Blue Vegito, the Zenkai one. He's sitting at, what is that, 1.588 million power level. Okay, that's pretty high. Yeah, you typically see all the LF Zenkai characters at the top of the list. So now at this point we have, what, 9 LF? No, 10 actually, because of Vegeta. No, we have more than that, because Namek Goku also, right? Let me just see. Yeah, Namek Goku's all the way down here. Obviously, he's an LF character. So we have Namek Goku, and Piccolo as well. Don't forget about him. So we have 1, 2... 6, 10, 11. 11? Yeah, I guess it's 11. Okay, so we have 11 LF Zenkai characters at this point. So they're done. I guess one of the interesting things to note as well is that like a lot of these Ultra characters that we're getting, the summonable Ultras, all 4 of them, are like, they fall right in the middle of the pack of all the Zenkai characters, because typically, I guess up until Gogeta came out, it was just only Zenkai characters up in the top portion of the box. And then you started to see the actual characters underneath all the other Zenkai characters. So I guess Cooler is sort of like leading this pack over here. But then we have UI Goku sort of like falling in the lower portion of the Zenkai, I guess, ocean of Zenkai characters. Then Beast Gohan is over here. He's actually, a decent ways up from the bottom of the Zenkai list. And then in the middle, we have the 4 summonable Ultra characters: Gogeta, Vegito, Blue Kaioken, and Broly. And then at the top of the list, we just have... You can see the jump, right? We have Zamasu is, I guess, technically the highest statted non-LF Zenkai character. Then we have a slight jump to Beerus. And then we have a pretty significant jump in power level to Goten. And then from Goten all the way up to the top, it's not that big of a difference. So they sort of clustered the LF Zenkai characters' power levels pretty close together. Okay, so I guess next week we can do is filter by limit break. So this will tell us which characters that I have that aren't fully 14 stars. So in case you guys are wondering, I basically have every single character at 14 stars. There are a few, I think in total, not counting Shallot, there's 6. So we have Urine, who's just 1 star away. I believe she's... Yeah, so next step up banner, if I pull 2 copies of her, she'll be done, because you're going to get 500 per pull, unless it's 3 times for Legends Festival, in which case it'll be 750 per pull. The tag feature Gohan and Trunks, they are almost finished, just need 1250 more Z power for them. We have the EX Turles, who's sitting at, 11 stars. Then we have the Blue Goku Black. This is actually the only sparking character that I don't have at 14 stars. he is 11 stars, just because I didn't really like. How often do you find this guy in PvP? Like, how often is this guy used? Not really that often. Then we have EX Kale from the Anniversary, came out alongside the Red UI Goku. She's 10 stars. And then I have the Thouser / Salza, whatever you want to call him here, who came out alongside LF Cooler. And I actually don't believe this character has ever returned on a banner after that LF Cooler banner. This is a character that I've actually pumped a significant amount of Z power into, just because at this point I have so much Z power that like you can't hold more than a designated amount per Z power that you get. So I've just sort of been giving it all to this character just because he was the lowest star. Now he's pretty much like in the middle of the pack, and he's 10 stars. I think I probably finished Cooler's banner with this guy at like 4 stars or 5 stars, and he's 10. So I did give this guy a significant amount of Z power just so I can make room to accept more. So those are the 6 characters I don't have 14 stars. Every other character on the list here, obviously you can see they're all 14 stars. We can filter by I guess Ultra, we'll do that first. Every single Ultra in the game is at 14 stars. We can filter by Legends Limited. Let's go ahead and do this. Every Legends Limited character is at 14 stars. I think this is in order. So Beast Gohan's at the bottom, Beerus at the top. Everyone on here is 14 stars. So that's it. And that is pretty much my box. I like to keep it sorted by power level here. Oh yeah, I guess the one other thing I could show is friendship rank. So before friendship actually meant anything at all, I sort of just gave all of the friendship points to the purple first form Frieza. I have not touched his friendship in years at this point. He's 114, so not really going to be benefiting too much from any more friendship leveling, but what my goal, I guess, over the past year and a half or so has been is to try and get every single character to friendship level 5. Typically, when they come out with missions for friendship, they only go up to level 5. And I think that with that in mind, that's the reason why I decided to mainly just get everyone to level 5. And then I think also for the Tournament of Power mode, I'm not 100% sure about this, but I think the benefit that you get from friendship sort of starts to fall off from level 5. So I just feel like there's not that much of a benefit to go higher than this. But at this point, we have a pretty significant portion of my box at level 5. At most of the characters in the game, I have at least at friendship level 5. So we get to about here. And then everything here and down is not friendship level 5. So I'm still working on these. Literally all I'm doing to level friendship is just doing the Let's Fight event every day. And I make sure that I have a special team created for that. We can actually look at the team I have right here. This is my current friendship team. And you can see that every single character has a Z+ fully maxed out friendship equipment, which is definitely very helpful for grinding the friendship. So just do that every day. It takes like less than a minute to do, so it's not that hard. But yeah, we have basically, I want to say 2/3 of the game. Might be even a little bit more. Maybe it's 3/4, 3/4 of the game, at least at friendship level 5. So we have this left to go, and then after that we will be done. And probably once I finish every character to get to level 5, I'll probably start doing 5 to 10 on every character, because other than that, there's really no benefit that you get from doing friendship. It's a very small, almost insignificant portion of the game that I kind of wish they would give it a little bit more of a benefit, but at the same time, I don't really care about it too much. So let's go back and put this back to power level. Again, this is how I usually have my box sorted. Next, I guess we'll take a look at equipment. So I am somebody that likes to get at least 2 of each equipment at Z+. So at this point, I do have the Legends Pass, which is why I have the extra box space, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to use 179 pieces of equipment. So obviously I have the base, I guess we can call it the base equipment box all filled up. That consists of the 580 spaces there. And then thanks to the Legends Pass, we have an additional 400 spaces, of which I've used 179. So in total, the equipment that I have in my box right now, I have, what is that? 659. So I have 759 pieces of equipment in my box right now. And I would say 98% of them are Z+. We can slowly just scroll down. Some of them are like these right here. Like these are the They actually recently changed the like border around these equipments to discern them from other equipment, but these are just sort of like the raid equipments that at this point are useless because they only pertain to one raid event, which is very stupid. I am keeping them just in case they decide to make them useful in the future, but I don't think they will be. But yeah, we can just like sort of scroll down here slowly, and you guys can take a look at the equipment. You know, I'm thinking about doing a short where I literally just scroll through my equipment list and then put that up as a short, less than a minute. But here we go. I mean, this is pretty much every usable equipment in the game at Z+, multiple copies of each equipment. Eventually, we're going to reach a point where I'm actually going to run out of space in my box here, because like I'm already almost halfway through the Legends Pass additional 400 slots here. So if they keep pumping out equipment at the rate that they are, I would say that maybe a year and a half from now, maybe even by next Legends Festival, I will have very, very limited equipment space remaining in here. So we'll see what they do with that. But if they keep releasing equipment at the rate they have been, this is only going to last for so long. And then in terms of like erasers, so they recently increased the capacity of erasers that you could hold. Erasers / slot removers, whatever the term you want to use is, but they recently increased the capacity that you can hold from 300 to 999. So I am slowly accumulating them. I could easily max that out if I wanted to. I have enough metals to purchase like thousands of erasers. So I'm just going to slowly accumulate that over time. But in terms of filtering equipment, so I usually filter by order received. But like we can click the Z+ button, and like these are only the Z+ that I have. Like every single thing you see, these are all Z+, right? So the majority of the box that I have is Z+. We can filter by like Z. That's it. Those are the only Z's that I have in my box. S. Those are the only S's I have in my box, which honestly I could probably just delete these. I don't really need these anymore. I don't think I have any A's. Oh, well, yeah. The A's are the Tournament of Power equipment, I guess, which I don't even really use anyway. Definitely no B's, yeah. So that's really it. We can filter by unique equipment, which the highest rarity. Here we go. Pretty much every possible unique equipment you could have in the game. So that's that. And then that is pretty much all we have to see here with equipment. So a lot of equipment here. A lot of time has gone into this. A lot of resources have gone into this. If you add up all the resources that I've used across my time since starting the game with just equipment, it would pretty much be like almost uncalculable. Like the amount of souls, zenny, erasers, and honestly, even just time put into this. Like this is a lot. This is really a lot here. All right, so that was equipment. I guess next we can take a look at some missions. So I guess this is sort of like going into the statistics portion of my account here. I do have 9,999 energy. I do currently have my Z level up to 593. So just for context, I think I mentioned this pretty much every video, but this is a reroll account. I created this account on the original blue Legendary Super Saiyan Broly banner release, just because that character was like it was still relatively close to the beginning of the game. That was the first ever like non-launch banner that came out, so I figured it wasn't going to be that difficult to just re-roll the account on there. And so I am I want to say 2 weeks off of the launch of the game when my account was created. So that's the main reason why. So I think you could probably say that if I had my account created day one, I could be pretty close to Z level 600. But we're getting there. I think by the end of the year, I will be either very close to 600 or just about 600. I think by the end of the year, I'll probably be around like 597 or 598. I still got a month remaining here, but we are very close to 600. All right, so I like to show the Z missions tab here. We have a lot of good statistics here. So yeah, my account has been logged into 1,635 days. Again, there's obviously going to be people that have more days logged in than me. Again, that is just because this account was created, I want to say 2 weeks post launch of the game. Z level 593. I have, I guess this is more so of an equipment statistic, but I have currently upgraded 63,192 pieces of equipment to rank A or higher. That is a lot. It's a lot of equipment. That actually also does put into perspective how, I guess, how much resources have gone into the equipment. Imagine rolling a piece of equipment or re-rolling a piece of equipment, or, you know, 60,000 times, and what that entails, right? And then we are almost done with the Tournament of Power mission here. This is the 10th and final one, I think. I didn't want to go over there. No, get me out of here. I don't want to see this menu. Okay, but there are missions that are missing from here. Obviously, the reason being is that we finished them. Like the most recent one, I think that I actually just completely finished was there was a mission where you would, you know, get a bunch of characters' friendship levels up. That is not here anymore because it's finished. It was very long. I don't actually know how far this goes, the equipment one. I think this might go up to 100,000 and then it probably would be done. Unless it's just infinite, which I don't think is the case. I think it, if I had to guess, this is probably going to be over at 100,000, this one right here. But that's as far as that goes pretty much. And then in terms of items, I guess we can show multi-Z power. I have a lot of multi-Z power. A lot of LF multi-Z power. We have the 1,000 one right here. We have the 600 one right here. We have the 200 one right here. And then we have the 100 one right here. So how much is that? That's 1,900 Legends Limited Z power we have. I'm not going to add up all the rest of the stuff, but there's a lot. Like you could see from the list that I have a lot of Z power saved up here. I typically don't like to use the Z power unless I'm in like a really annoying situation. Like there was, I think it actually was the Beast Gohan banner where there was a possibility where I was going to finish Gohan and Piccolo and Pan was at like 10 stars or something ridiculous, right? So in that instance, I would stop and then give Pan a bunch of Z power, right? I wouldn't continue summoning just specifically for Pan. So I specifically am saving this Z power for those situations. But, you know, it's not very common that happens, but when it does, I'll be ready for it. So that is the multi-Z power. Souls, I actually haven't been that proactive with farming souls and keeping my soul count high, but you don't really need that many souls these days. The souls that I'm the most low on by far are blue souls. You can see I'm actually pretty low on blue souls. And the reason is just because they just refuse. They're obsessed. They're obsessed with Zenkaiing blue characters. Take a look at how many blue Zenkais there are compared to the rest of the colors in the game. It's like, I think purple and blue probably are the two highest. Green is okay. Yellow is by far the lowest. But blue is they Zenkai'd a lot of blue characters. I think this weekend I probably will farm some of these blue souls up just to be safe. And then I believe also as well that the unique equipment that they've come out with, a lot of them require blue souls as well. So that's another thing. But yeah, I am pretty low here. It's actually lower than I thought I was. So this weekend, I only farmed like souls and Zenny in the weekend just because you get the extra stuff, which is the only time you should be farming them. But I'll wait for the weekend for the extra drops, and then I will farm up some of the blue souls there. But in terms of super souls, I only really focus on the 1s and 2s. And the reason why is because Super Soul 1 and Super Soul 2 of each color are what the unique equipment require to re-roll the final slot. So each final slot of every unique equipment that they've come out with requires level 1 and level 2 Super Souls. So that's why I've only been focusing on those, really. I am never going to run out of the other levels of Super Souls. Like, I'm never going to be using 7,000 Super Souls for any of these. So there really is no point to focus on getting more of those as opposed to just getting the 1s and 2s, right? So, and then we have Zenkai Souls. I pretty much just want to stay at least at like 12,000 of each. This is primarily what I spend my dual coins on for co-op, are the Super Soul, or the Zenkai Souls. I don't really expect to ever have to use any of these things, but I mean, well, use any of these things being like, I don't think I'm going to ever run out of these. Like, am I ever going to use 15,000 purple Zenkai Souls? Like, probably not. To max out one character, I believe it's somewhere in the ballpark of 2,500 per level, except for the final level, except for level 7. Level 7 souls are not used that often. I think it's only for the final board, and that's it. But I don't really see myself ever running low on these. So Plus, there's other ways to get these as well, you know, through the various exchange shops that we have. But the rest are just character-specific souls that you can actually now exchange for Zenny, which I did. And I do have 9.2 billion Zenny, which I actually wish they would raise the Zenny cap, because it's pretty easy to get capped out, and it's pretty easy to spend Zenny as well, especially when you're rerolling equipment. So. All right, so there's the souls. Training items, not really that important, but here we go. You guys can take a look, pause it if you want. Then we have summon tickets, I guess. I don't know. Here are the Masters Pack tickets. We have a decent amount of those. And then medals and exchange items. Well, I'm just gonna show you guys the exchange list, so we don't have to look at that. Fragments for Equipment Awakening, definitely the one thing that I wish they would completely revamp. But the good thing about fragments is they recently did give us a shop bundle where you can actually buy these. So you can buy these soul medals and erasers, $4 for this pack. So basically unlimited amounts of fragments now. So it's not really that big of an issue for me anymore. But also I want to show skip tickets, because they recently had a Dragon Ball Superhero exchange shop, which I actually think is still alive. But the exchange rate for the skip tickets, I'll show you guys this in a minute, has allowed me to get 42,000 skip tickets just from the... I'm pretty sure they screwed up. I don't think they meant to, because this is what it was. It was this shop here. They made this 50 skip tickets per 1 coin. I'm pretty sure they meant for this to be 5, but they made it 50 instead. And it's unlimited. It's an unlimited amount of exchanges. So I had like 600 medals or something, and I exchanged them all for skip tickets because the rate is just absurd. Like, there's no reason to do this for anything else. So that's what I did. And then in terms of the exchange shop currency, I do have 457,000 rare medals. So they haven't really given people much of a reason to care about rare medals recently. When we had the free-to-play Ultra characters, they did have... the only way to get their souls were from this exchange shop right here. But since then, I mean, Omega's come out, and then we haven't gotten another Ultra free-to-play since then. So... again, rare medals don't really have a use. I guess if you care about Tournament of Power, there's Tournament of Power specific equipment you can buy with these, but yeah, a ton of rare medals here. I do actually get the rare medals every day with the login bonus. I get rare medals and the I think it's the the sparking medals, just because it's the best value. So at some point they'll be useful again, I believe. Then prime tickets we have just because of the Legends Pass. Z medals, basically at 12 million Z medals, which again, you can use these to exchange for slot removers, souls, and then some other equipment if you need them. But you can do, what is this, 5,000 5,000 Z medals for a slot remover. Let's just calculate this. How many slot removers can I buy with my amount of Z medals? Let's do this. So let's do the total divided by 5,000. So I could purchase 2,362 slot removers with all my Z medals, which I'm not going to do that, but it's possible. It's right there. Actually, let me see. Do I need these? I do probably need these. Let's buy these right now. All right, so let's get that out of the way. Next, we have 30 sparking medals. So I'm actually capped on these. So what happens when you're capped on an item is they just go straight to your gift box. And you can basically store extra items in your gift box for 30 days. After 30 days, the item will expire, which sucks, but I'm basically using that extra day extended period to hold on to more than 30. So we'll see what happens in Legends Festival. If I have to use some sparking metals to pick up some Z power for characters, we'll do that, but we'll just see what happens. Then we have soul medals, 191. Again, not really a reason for me to use these right now. By the way, for soul medals specifically, there's not really a reason to use these on anything other than super souls. Look at this. Look at the rate. 200 super souls for 1 medal, and then you get 3,000 rising souls for it. Like, it's not even close. Like, why would you buy anything that's not super souls? Like, this is easily the best exchange rate. It's like not even a competition. Then we have fragment exchange medals. This is a fairly new currency item, which I'm glad they added this, but the rate is terrible. Like, look at this. 15 fragments for 1. And they only give you, like, not that many per pack here. But, I mean, you could get up to, like, I don't know, 1,000 extra, which honestly is not that great, but it's a step forward, I guess. We have equipment medals, 14,215. This is a currency that I use to just basically get the equipment that I need for Equipment Awakening, which they usually add at the bottom here. So it's actually this might be out by now, because they added this in the prior data download, but it wasn't live. This one might be live now. I have to check, but all the equipment they awaken, they usually add to the bottom portion of the shop here. They did recently change the requirements to be able to awaken equipment, though, so you might not need as many equipment now as you used to. So I'll probably actually be accumulating a decent more amount of exchange medals, so we'll see if they add anything else to the shop here. And then we have platinum coins and legends tickets and guild coins. Legends tickets, this has pretty much been a dead shop for me for years. They've not added anything other than character Z power that I just don't need. It would be really nice if they added like skip tickets or energy or platinum coins or fragments or like literally any kind of currency item in here would be better than nothing. Because you know what happens? When they release an Ultra Rising banner, you get the Legends tickets as a freebie for summoning. Well, guess what happens to me? Because I can't hold anymore. They go to my gift box and they clog up my gift box, and it makes it impossible to, like, you know, store extra stuff in there. So it just gets to be a nuisance. Honestly, if I could destroy these just so that I could accept more tickets to get them out of my gift box, I probably would. But yeah, then guild coins are self-explanatory. Platinum coins are self-explanatory. I guess the last thing we'll quickly check is the status tab here. So I should probably change this. I haven't touched this in like months, 6 months or something. I touched that. It's been a long time. Full title bonus that I have is 28,035. Yeah, here's my login bonus stuff. I always choose these two items. So my play history, we have 1,635 days played. We have 475 characters owned. Highest battle rank achieved, obviously 70. Highest rating points reached 40,920. I think that was... There was some like ridiculous season. It was probably like... I'm pretty sure they used to do triple RP. That might have been a triple RP season. And then in total wins for PvP, I'm at 24,483. And then those are my praise points here. So that is pretty much going to be everything for my account. There's not much else I can really show off here. I have the full story completed. Every single like mission or whatever is done. Let's go to select part. You can see the star is all lit up for all these parts here. And that, yeah, I mean, there's something else to show. Like, what else do we have? We have events, co-op. Yes, that's it. That is it. So that is my account, the updated showcase here. Again, I'm recording this video on November 23rd, 2022, right before the Legends Festival comes out for this year. I'll probably do another follow-up video to this, maybe like by the anniversary next year, 4th anniversary. We'll probably make an updated version of this video, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I will see you all in the next one.